And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. How are you today?
I'm good.
Well, nobody has to wonder what's on your grocery list anymore.
That's right. I'm glad that I could help y'all out. I had one friend say that I was a very good help, that they could just look at my list and tell what they might need at their home. So,
what Candace is referring to, she accidentally put her grocery list on Facebook for everybody and their brother to see.
I posted it to my story. I don't know. I still don't understand how I did it. I had my husband send me the grocery list through a text. And, of course, I tapped it to blow it up so I could see it because, my eyesight's not great anymore. And I don't know how, but I posted it to my story on Facebook. So everybody had a laugh because by the time I found out that I had posted it,
it was too late.
50 people had seen it. And my daughter called me. She said, Mama, did you mean to post your grocery list? And I had my son-in-law in the background going, I hope you got that shredded cheese, and I hope you got those little light bulbs.
Bless your heart.
But anyway, I had a laugh over it, and I hope everybody else did because it was funny. You got to laugh at yourself.
It does happen from time to time. At least it wasn't one of those gushy, how are you, I love you, and miss you, can't wait for you to get home from work. Because you know how newlyweds are, how they do that gushy stuff.
We're not gushy people.
Yeah, and then after 6 months, it's all gone.
But yeah, I mean, it was a funny thing. I think I'm getting senile, Scotty Ray.
Well, I mean, we've all done some, I guess what you would call embarrassing things that accidentally happen. You don't mean to, whether it's a wardrobe malfunction where your pants unzip and you walk in. That happens it's happened to everybody.
Yeah.
Don't worry at some point in time.
Well, Lord, I'm just glad it wasn't anything like, something on there like a
Social Security number. Go ahaid and give the hacker that you worry about all the time everything they need.
I know. But anyway, everybody had a laugh. So wait for my next mishap.
It'll happen. Any other big news going on in your world today?
No, I just.
Yeah, I was shocked that you didn't know that there was a James Bond movie that had been postponed again.
I did not know. I'm not a big. I will watch the James Bond movies, but I'm just not a big movie.
Well, me either, but
person.
What brought this to mind was the movie theaters nationwide were looking for this movie to more or less kind of save them because of COVID.
Yeah.
And now, is it Regal, if I'm not mistaken, are closing their theaters indefinitely because they can't afford to stay open. Nobody's coming to movies.
Yeah.
It's been several movies that come out that bombed, and so what they're doing is they don't want to release it now because they're afraid that they'll lose money.
Yeah.
So they're trying to hold off, and it's a mess out there.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm surprised they even were able to reopen because, I guess you could spread people out,
right? But
by marking the seats off.
Even then, if you've got a packed house, you can't make money.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and it's expensive to go. But that's one reason I'm just going to tell you, it is so expensive if you take your whole family to the movies.
Well, popcorn is what, $10 a box now?
It is expensive. You got to share it. If everybody gets there, I'm like, no, you ain't getting that. We'll share a drink. But I'm just not a big, because I am a germaphobe.
Frugal. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is.
Can you imagine what's lurking in those movie theaters in the dark?
You never can tell.
There's probably stuff crawling around. You don't even know.
Out to get you.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can't see James Bond now.
Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to update you on the weather and let you know just how bad this storm is going to be. That's next, and then we're going to come back with some local stuff and your headline news. All that's on the way with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply exit 151 off the interstate is where you'll find a lot of things when it comes to a co-op. They're there to take care of you when it comes to your farm and home. Plenty of clothes to choose from. Your T-shirts, got those. And of course, if you are looking for Carhartt, they've got plenty of those in blue jeans, along with even skillets. And a lot of folks like those iron skillets, and they have those. If you're ready for deer season, but you want to be warm, or if you got to do some outdoor events, the Little Buddy heater is one of the best inventions that's ever been done, and they've got a large supply of these. One of the best investments you'll make. It'll go anywhere, runs off a little propane bottle. You will love it. Also, you can take advantage of, for your pets, the Value Pack dog food. They've got still some samples there they're giving out. Let you try that. And, of course, anything with your pet, from leashes to anything that your dog bowls, all of that stuff. When it comes to boots, keeping your feet warm and work boots, they've got the Georgia boot. That's one of the best made out there, most comfortable. Almost feels like a tennis shoe that you're wearing there. And, of course, you can take advantage of those rubber boots to keep your feet wet and dry, all during the winter months, no matter how wet it is outside. Handy to have those. And, of course, deer season is here, and your feeders there. any attractant that you may be looking for, from the sugar beet crush to the power station, and also all your deer cameras. And of course, they've got SD cards, flashlights, and also you can take advantage of those cameras that shoot it directly to your phone to where you don't have to go back and check it. Now you can, planting season is here, and so many people are taking advantage of the Buckbuster seeds. That's one of the best out there, along with the Southern Buck Mix blend that comes with all this mixed together, from the purple top turnips, the wheat, the forage, and the trophy rate. And as always, they've got it if you want to do it yourself. You want to plant wheat, oats, ryegrass, they've got that also. And when it comes to your farm, your horses, your cattle, and your corn, whatever the need for your feed is, they have that all the way around. And of course, they've got your guns and scopes and ammunition. Where do you find it? The Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate is where you'll find them. Drop in and see them, and they'll help you out any way they can. Well, as we turn our focus to weather this morning, brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we stay focused on what is at hand, is the hurricane that is out there. This morning, sometime it's going to be coming into Cancun as a Category 4. We'll watch that. All right, let's turn to the National Weather Service and lead up to all of this with what we've got going on today. As we turn to today, warmer, as I've been showing you this warming trend, we're up to 86 today with sunshine, though, perfect weather. As we move forward and start looking at things that are on the way, we still show Delta as the only hurricane that is popping up on radar. And again, it's right there at Cancun. As we move forward, that cone still puts it in Louisiana. We'll look at the exact path here in just a moment, and then turning northeasterly, bringing the weather to the Meridian and East Mississippi, West Central Alabama area. As we look at these winds, look at that. We can have those 30 to 40 mile an hour winds in our area. They're just shy of being worse, but 30 to 40 miles an hour Saturday. As we move forward, we'll start feeling the winds of this on Friday sometime around midday, as it makes its way on across up to Tennessee, as far north as Tennessee. As we said, this warming trend has started there, and that's why we're seeing these 86-degree weather days. We'll look at your extended forecast in a moment to show you more about that. Storms today, basically the closest to us is going to be here in the Florida area. So all of that is good. With that being said, let's go to our radar this morning and pull up what we're showing now on the hurricane. As we pull up Delta, she is just before coming aboard Cancun there, sitting this morning at a Hurricane 3 at 115 miles an hour, wind gust of 138 miles an hour this morning. And again, that's going to cut right across Cancun, come back out as a 2, and it will regain strength Friday as a 4, but before making landfall, come in as a 3. Not much has changed since late last night. It has moved eastward just a tad there. It's scheduled now right there just east of Lafayette on the city limits there to come in. It will go due north, come into us just below Vicksburg there, just south of Vicksburg is where it will go. And again, as we all know, that to the east of the storm is where this rougher weather will be, and we fall right into that. This is not a fringe area. We're going to be in that. So we've got some weather ahead of us on Saturday if you've got an outdoor event. At this point now, things can always change, but we're still forecasting for this to be pretty rough weather right through here on Saturday. It'll go on out and curve up, taking in Nashville, Tennessee, as I mentioned them just a little bit ago. So our friends in Tennessee, be ready for this weather event that is on the way. The forecast calling for today, as I said, sunshine 86. Tonight we'll get 64. By Thursday, we'll see our first slight chance of rain, a 20% chance, 84, still warm. As we move into Thursday night, 30% chance of showers. Then on Friday, we'll get that 50% chance of rain, high of 82. Wind gusts start coming in at about 20 miles an hour on Friday. By Friday night, increasing to, let's see, we still have 50% chance of rain. The steady winds will be 15 during the daytime hours, and then pushing up to 25 miles an hour at night with wind gust at 30. So we've got strong winds there of 20 to 25 miles an hour Friday night, gust up to 30. As we move into Saturday, and again, that's going back to where the radar was coming in, we're showing that we're going to have a 70% chance of showers, cloudy, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. So by Sunday, this will be making its way out of the area. So we've got some some stuff here that's going to be happening as it comes across right there on Saturday and blows that steady wind to us. So this is far from over. Even if this tracks a little bit further west, as it started out about right here and has moved over to here, even if it moves over, it's still going to forecast rain and heavy winds towards us no matter what happens at this point, it looks like. So we'll stay on top of the weather and watch this very closely for you as Delta makes her way towards us as a landfall. And again, it's forecasted as a 3 when it comes ashore. Anything is possible with Mother Nature, but I'll be here to walk you through that. And again, with this, you can always expect tornadoes and things of this to spawn off from this. We'll watch it very closely. It could be worse. We've been fortunate that it has moved a little bit more west and more west each time, taking that rougher weather to the west of us, but we're still going to get some of this. We'll be on top of it and keep you up to date with the very latest when it comes to the weather right here.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. How are you this morning? We hope you're doing great.
Yeah.
Nice weather outside right now.
Yeah, it is right now. Now, the weekend might tell different. But
Yeah, that's right. But today's a big day in America. And why is that, Candace?
the vice presidential debate is tonight.
And, you know, that's one of those things to where if something were to happen to one of them, one of these guys or ladies would take over as commander-in-chief. So it is kind of good. And I admit, I didn't even watch it last time because it didn't interest me whatsoever. It wasn't where the cheese balls was when I was watching.
Yeah. Well, I think you got two completely different type people.
Yes,
so
we
it's
do.
going to be interesting. You know, he's real kind of laid back and reserved, but he can say what he feels, you know, without yelling and, you know, doing
You know,
all
somebody made a comment that he done well last time, and I was like, oops.
Yeah.
I felt bad that I didn't know.
I think, you know, I said the other day I couldn't remember if I watched it or not, but then I got to thinking I did watch it, and I remember thinking that he did do very well. He hits all the points usually. You know, he did at that one, and he's a very good speaker. You know,
And that Keen, and you called the guy's name that ran with her last year. And I forgot it again. The little bitty guy
Who?
that was Hillary's vice president nominee. Yeah, he's from a state that we don't talk about much, but
Okay.
little bitty
I'm
guy.
sorry. Yeah.
I don't remember his name. It started with a K. I do remember that.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Anyway, well, in other news going on today, of course, the president is out of the hospital. And what do you think about the tweet that he sent out? Because it has caused a firestorm of debate.
Well, I mean, I think it's good that he's telling every people don't be afraid of it. I mean, even though everybody is, you know, you're going to be afraid if you get it because you just don't know what's going to happen.
And
you know?
he's right on don't let it dominate your life because, you know, I can't tell you, and this is just sad, and I'm not poking fun at anyone, but there have been people that it has literally drove them to the end and committed suicide over this because it terrified them so bad.
Yeah.
It is very serious.
Yeah.
And you don't need to let this dominate your life and take control of it. It's like, you know, and I know if you've had it or you've lost a loved one, you'll say, well, no, it's not like getting the flu, but it's most likely every one of us are going to get this before it's over. And done.
Yeah. And, you know, to blame somebody, I've said this before, to blame him, Trump, or anybody for the deaths that's happened in the United States, I think it's crazy. And they keep saying, oh, people keep dying. People keep dying. What's he done about it? It is like it's an invisible
enemy.
You can't see this. You don't know 100% what it, you know, everything about it.
Yeah,
Even
this
the healthcare
with the only
workers.
people that you can blame on this is the people that probably developed this somewhere in a lab
Right.
somewhere and put this out there.
Right.
We don't know the whole story of how it got out. But
That's right. And I mean, you know, everybody's kind of doing what they know to do to try
Yeah.
to stay safe. And I just think the blame game needs to end.
yeah, we need to be Americans
And-
during this
right.
period.
And if you are, I don't care if you don't like Trump or you don't like Biden, if either one of these guys are sick or get really sick, have family members that are sick, don't kick people when they're down.
No,
You know?
show some respect. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I just think it's I think it's a horrible thing. But as far as his tweet, I mean, I think he had every right to say that, and maybe it will help him that he's been through it.
Yeah, it does probably give you a better understanding to relate to somebody. Mm-hmm. As we look at things in North Carolina, boy, oh boy, of course, the Cunningham was leading this race against the GOP guy, and it comes out that he's been having an affair, and he made some type of statement like, it was a one-time thing. Then a couple of days later, it was some more text to another lady.
Yeah.
And it's rump row at this point.
And from what I understand, by listening to the Tillis guy that's running against him, he was speaking about it, which he's been in quarantine because he has the virus. Is that correct? He said that, this guy, this Cunningham, has ran on his integrity. He's really stressed about integrity as a very important thing. And so this is kind of like he's eating his words.
Yeah, it's his integrity's gone at this point.
Right.
And it boils down to, a lot of Americans, whichever way it is, you vote on your morals. At the end of the day, when you step in that booth, what have you seen? What have you heard? And it influences how you check or circle, however you do that little box.
Yeah. And, like we were saying, I mean, people are going to look at stuff like that. They're going to look at what you're doing. They're going to look at, they're going to dig up the dirt and everything.
We ain't running for office.
And I will say this. I came across something on YouTube. It was a video that was shared in 1988 when Biden ran.
Oh, boy, there was a lot of things that went on back then.
Well, I mean, he wasn't, I don't guess he was disqualified, but he just
He
quit.
faded away. Well, after the Iowa caucus, he went away.
Well, because he had all these speeches that they said that he had copied from other people.
And he's done it.
Yeah, and then he claimed back then that he had been to this school and that school and was first in the class and had all these different,
But it was just a few weeks
things.
ago he made a comment that he went to some college and they said, we never heard of you.
I know. And so this is kind of a pattern. I mean, if you're going to dig up dirt on other candidates from years ago, stuff that happened, I mean, put this into play today because, I mean... A
lot of people say that Biden will read a story and then after he rehearses it, he really does think that it was him.
Yeah. Well, I did watch the SNL, the Saturday Night Live skit.
Was it good?
It was funny. Now, I'm just going to say, it does, it punches at both of the, the people that are running for president, but it was kind of funny, and it really they sound
and they really used to be good at that kind of stuff before it got too political. But if it come off as great, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they had funny stuff against both of them, so they kind of played it.
Yeah,
but anyway, y'all got to watch that if you hadn't seen it. It's pretty funny.
And as we look at things that go across America, keep these folks in your prayers and your thoughts every day of our California friends who these wildfires have just destroyed their homes, their businesses, and many are left without anything. Right now, it's in the wine country. 550 homes. It's a lot of historic restaurants and homes that are gone now, never to be back.
Now, how did this fire start? Do they know?
Well,
was this the one that started from the...
Well, it depends upon how you look at it. There was a lot of forestry things that weren't taken care of because they passed laws that said you can't go in and, like in Mississippi, the forestry department to go around and bulldoze around an area and burn it off to get rid of the dead trees. Well, they won't do that out there because they're trying to protect something.
Okay.
And so it's a lot of blame game going on. And I don't know all the details, but that's part of what I've heard caused these fires.
Where did the fire start
originate?
Not long ago about the gender reveal? Where was that at? I'm trying to remember.
I remember us talking about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. I couldn't remember if it was over in California or where
it may have been.
Yeah. It's a scary thing, too. Fires, I mean, even up at my place years ago, I had a fire that started from just a little brush fire, and the wind hits it, and it is gone. I mean, in no time, it's out of control. It's a scary thing.
I had to call the Old Bailey Fire Department right here before I built this house because me and my father-in-law was burning, was Katrina, we were burning off all the logs and stuff, and it went poof, and got away.
Yeah, all that sagebrush and all that stuff, it'll catch on fire, and it's like you've just poured gas.
It is. Fast. Another tragedy in Texas as we look at someone else has passed away from a gunshot from a police officer. They're still investigating this. This town is to the northeast of Dallas, Texas, a little town called Wolf City. A cop was called to a domestic dispute at a store. The gentleman on the right was there. He came up on some people arguing and tried to break them up, from what I understand. This is what's out there right now. The police come up, and he puts his hands up, and they pulled a taser, told him to put his hands down, and shot him with the taser. He tried to walk off, and then he was shot. Now, if there's something more, I may not have all the details of what went on, but that's what's being said at this point, that he's supposedly, a pillar of the community. And this was just tragedy. The cop's in jail, $1 million bond on him.
That is awful. And that cop, he didn't look young, very old at all. He looks young. And
I think
that's
he
a
had been,
horrible
boy, it'd be tough to be a cop. I would
yeah.
not want, you imagine going up into something like that, not knowing what's going on, why the man shot him. He was unarmed. It doesn't sound right. It's not good.
I think people, and it's not an excuse.
Adrenaline?
Yes. I think you just have that adrenaline, and it's scary when you have your finger on a trigger.
But always remember, somebody
that.
pulls, if it's a cop, they pull a gun.
That's right.
Pay attention.
All right.
It don't matter who's in right or who's wrong at that point. Your life's worth whatever. Just,
Right.
boo boy. Now, this has been talked about a whole lot as we pull this up. And they have been indicted now, the lawyer couple out of St. Louis.
It's ridiculous.
Now, she's been indicted, him and her both, on gun charges. But here's the kicker. This tampering with evidence, they have not explained what that is. The grand jury has not. Now, there was some talk about that the firing pin in her gun didn't work, and maybe they were trying to say that she tampered with the gun. Not sure.
Yeah.
But as you'll remember, a while back, the governor of the state said that he would dismiss charges if they were brought against them, and it looks as though he's going to have to do that, because that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous when you can't even defend your own home.
It is.
Because they were a threat. Supposedly there were threats being yelled at them.
A gated community.
Yeah.
They had to break in to get there.
Right.
What's the world coming to,
It's
as Jackie
crazy.
Gleason used to say.
I know, it's crazy.
Now, one of my favorite TV shows, The Blacklist. I love that show. And this little guy is the guy that worked in the DMV department that always helped him out, helped out Raymond Redding. He has passed away at 63. A character that was just so good at that part.
I'm not familiar with that show. I didn't watch it, but that's sad.
There's
so many people passing away.
Now, I never
mean, just
watched
so many actors.
Twin Peaks. Did you ever see that?
I did, but it's been so long ago, and I wasn't an avid watcher. Like, I didn't watch it every time it came on.
And Law and Order, I never watched that. He was on that also, but I never saw that. And then we'll go ahead and break this one to you. I'm sure you know this by now, but late yesterday afternoon, Eddie Van Halen passed away.
I didn't know that until you showed me. It's
Boy.
sad. It's an icon.
He had throat cancer, is what happened to him. And of course, I was always Merle Haggard and Waylon,
Yeah.
but do you know any of the songs that Van Halen done?
No, I mean,
Was it Jump? Jump? Go
Yeah,
ahead and jump?
yeah.
I remember that.
and that had the other guy what was the other guy that had long blonde hair?
Yeah, I
That
can't
sang-
say I ever saw him.
Yeah. But I used to watch MTV with my friends. But now I was a country music. I grew up on country music. My dad listened to it and stuff like that. So we had Merle Haggard and
Yeah, I'm going to have
even
to.
Mel Tillis, and we
Just
had all that.
A Coca-Cola cowboy.
Yeah, we had all that in the house growing up.
I was going to see if I could figure out Van Halen's song. Let's see what pops up. Jump, that was a big one there.
Panama. I remember that.
Yeah, let's pull that up where everybody can take a look at what we're looking at here. Running with the Devil, I don't know that one. Yeah, but I don't know the rest of those. So Jump is the only thing I know by them.
Yeah, but I used to listen to him on MTV back when the music videos and all that.
That was
were on.
big back in the day.
Yeah, I did listen to some of that rock music, but not heavy metal or anything. I couldn't stand all that. It's just screaming to me.
Crossing the line to me was Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Just saying. Well, I liked old Bob.
Yeah.
But that's a quick look at your headline stories this morning. We'll come back in just a moment and go over some weather, give you the extended forecast in just a moment, get you updated with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
More coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Well, Freeman Tractor is there for all of your outdoor power equipment needs. As I've mentioned several times, they've just gotten in a new shipment of Skag lawnmowers. If you've been putting off buying that, yours is just in need of being replaced. See them today. They've got several that have arrived and make your yard cutting experience a whole lot better, and a few X marks there also. You can check out the complete line of new tractors that just got there as well. These came in last week. If you're looking for cabin air, this is one of the LSs with the buckets, four-wheel drive. You can have radio in these. Very, very nice tractors. If you're looking for an open cab, they've got that also. There on the left, you can get that size there, going on up to the smaller lawnmower that you can move around with the small buckets. Any size that you're looking for. When it comes to equipment for your tractors, say you've already got one, well, you've got bush hogs, bat wings, 5 and 6 foot. You can get disc. They've got plenty of those to choose from also. And if you're needing a blade to do your driveway, or if you're looking for some forks to be able to pick up things a little bit easier, or a hay fork, they've got those as well. You can find that there. Of course, if you're looking, the new item that they've added this year was the Benchy. You can get 0% financing up for 60 months. This is a huge UTV if you hadn't looked at one of these before, and can come equipped with the air conditioning and heating. It's got a whole lot of extra bells and alls that others don't have. The 5,500-pound winch already has your light bar on it, electric dump bed, but importantly, warm air and cool air. Yeah, that's nice. You can see so many to choose from, the different styles and colors as you go through here, from racing to the dark green, the 5500, all the way up to the white and the tan, the Desert Storm color, and red. All those different colors. You'll find that there out at, of course, our friends at Freeman Tractor. Drop in and see them today. They'll help you any way they can when it comes to taking care of all of your outdoor power equipment needs. As we turn our focus back to weather this morning, again today, expected to be very nice. Sunny, high of 86 tonight. We'll get to be 64. We won't get into some questionable weather until Friday. Now, the hurricane is getting ready this morning to come across and get Cancun, as we've talked about. Friday, we roll in with a 50% chance of rain, high of 82, gusty with 20-mile-an-hour gust. We will have Friday night increasing winds from 10 to 15 to 25 mile an hour after midnight. And then we'll have gusts of 30. That's pretty strong, those winds, 20 to 25. Saturday rolls in with more rain, 70% chance thunderstorms are likely. We're not ruling out tornadoes at this point. We'll watch it closely as it gets closer. We are on the east side of the storm. We're going to have winds of 10 to 20 with gusts of 25 on Saturday. So early morning Friday into Saturday, it could be kind of shaky there, down to a 40% chance on Saturday night, rather. As we switch back over here, let's look at this as it comes across here. The weather, as it's going to be coming, the eye of it is going to be just south of Vicksburg. When it reaches there, it's still going to be at 58 miles an hour. That is strong. And it'll be moving with wind gusts of 69 miles an hour. Now, that's Saturday. That's pretty strong there. That's at 1 a.m. We look at that. That comes in. We're looking at daytime strike down here at Lafayette at about Friday, 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish. Now, this could go up or down with what happens in the next few hours as we back down here and look at this as it gets ready to come across Cancun as a 3 this morning. Sitting right now, moving at 138 miles an hour. That's a wind speed 115, wind gust of 138. Excuse me, I almost got that mixed up. But it's down to a 3 this morning. So that's where we are on it this morning. Let's go up and take a look at what we've got with our extended forecast here in the Meridian area to let you know exactly what's going on with it. As we move across here to the Meridian area and pull up our extended forecast, it tells us as we move into Friday that 60 and 70% chance of rain, and then we drop to a 40% chance on Sunday, 30 all the way through Tuesday. But our roughest weather there is going to be Friday night into Saturday as we watch that closely. There's still a lot to be determined with the storm as it comes across. We don't know all that's going to happen with it. We will know more after it comes off of Cancun and gets back in the water as it builds speed once again. Then it hits that cooler water there in the Gulf will make its decision. And again, it has not changed its path very much. It's moved west just about 30 miles each time. So no matter which way it goes, we're still going to have an impact. It's not going to go farther enough west to miss us at this point. So we're on top of tracking Hurricane Delta for you as she nears the Gulf Coast. We'll see. And again, Louisiana, there's only one model that would move it over to the Texas line. It is most likely going to be a Lafayette strike, somewhere right around in there. So if you've got friends and family in that neck of the woods, make sure that they're aware of what's going on with the storm this morning. We'd like to thank our sponsors that help us out each and every weekday, local folks right here in our area. A big thank you to Hoopers, also Rick Justice Automotive, Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, great bunch of folks down there, Freeman Tractor out on Highway 494, EMEPA, they're really local, they help you out, and not too far off into the future, you're going to be able to get some internet from them, high speed. It'll change everything about your life. Graphics Guru, if you hadn't seen Zane, you need a sign, he'll do it for you. SMI Automotive, got to see Joe yesterday along with Cheeto and the good folks at San Marcos Mexican Restaurant, Sanders Gas, Chuck and his friendly folks, and we can't forget all of the good folks at Kim's Photography for helping us, and Eastgate Tire there in Marion. If you need a set of tires that'll save you some money, drop in and see them. Friendly folks, been there a long time. They moved from Eastgate out there to Marion and taking care of you. See them today if you need a set of tires. Again, thanks for being a part of it here at Scotty Ray's Weather. I'll be back throughout the day with updates on this weather to keep you up to date with the very latest, all right here at Scotty Ray's Weather.